Hello, welcome back to Narbi Academy. In this video, you will learn all about Paris Agreement. Let's start. The Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change. The Paris Agreement provides a durable framework guiding the global effort for decades to come. It marks the beginning of a shift towards a net zero emission world. The Paris Agreement is a landmark in the multilateral climate change process because, for the first time, a binding agreement brings all nations together to combat climate change and adapt to its effects. The Paris Agreement was signed on 12 December 2015 at the UN Climate Change Conference, also known as COP21, in Paris, France. The agreement is a legally binding international treaty that entered into force on 4th November 2016. Official languages of the agreement. The official languages of the Paris Agreement are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. Parties of the agreement. The Paris Agreement was adopted by 196 parties at the UN Climate Change Conference COP21 in Paris, France. However, currently 195 members of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, also known as UNFCCC, are parties to the agreement. The only countries which have not ratified the agreement are Iran, Libya, and Yemen. Let me also inform you that the United States, the second largest emitter of the greenhouse gases after China, withdrew from the agreement in 2020 but rejoined in 2021. Objectives. The overarching goal of the Paris Agreement is to substantially reduce global greenhouse gas emissions to hold global temperature increase to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and pursue efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, recognizing that this would significantly reduce the risks and impacts of climate change. Now let's see, how does the Paris Agreement work? The Paris Agreement works on a 5-year cycle of increasingly ambitious climate action. Since 2020, countries have been submitting their national climate action plans, known as Nationally Determined Contributions, NDCs. Each successive NDC is meant to reflect an increasingly higher degree of ambition compared to the previous version. Now let's see what is Nationally Determined Contributions, NDCs. NDC is the plan of actions of the countries they will take to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions to reach the goals of the Paris Agreement. Countries also communicate in their NDCs actions they will take to build resilience to adapt to the impacts of climate change. The countries supporting each other. The Paris Agreement provides a framework for financial, technical, and capacity building support to developing countries. Tracking the progress. Paris Agreement countries have established an Enhanced Transparency Framework (ETF). Starting in 2024, under ETF, countries will submit their report on actions taken and progress in climate change mitigation, adaptation measures, and support provided to other countries or received from others. Achievements till now. The year since the Paris Agreement entered into force has sparked low-carbon solutions and new markets. Zero-carbon solutions are becoming competitive across economic sectors, most notably in the power and transport sectors, creating many new business opportunities. More and more countries, regions, cities, and companies are adopting carbon neutrality targets. Thank you for watching. That's it for now. I will come back with a different topic. Till then, keep watching Narbi Academy.